All right, it is 6 o'clock. We'll call our meeting to order for Tuesday, July 5th, 2022. We'll start off with the roll call. Or, no, excuse me, start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
It's July 5th.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, now we'll take the roll call.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Hollister,
Yes.
Good,
Yes.
Holm.
Yes.
Okay. Next, we'll have an approval of tonight's agenda.
So moved.
Got a motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Holm. Do we have any discussion? Oh. Do you have a question?
Dick seconded. Second.
Oh. You got it figured out? Dick, I guess, seconded.
Hollister and Holm.
I guess it was Colister and Rickrell. I didn't hear him call in. All right, then take the roll.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Hollister,
Yes.
Good,
Yes.
Holm,
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
All right, next we have public participation. I don't see anybody who wants to talk, so we'll move on to our consent agenda, which consists of the minutes of the June 20th regular city council meeting, our bills payable through today, July 5th, 2022, in the amount of $409,123.02, the mayoral appointment of Christopher Ihrig to the Property Maintenance Board, a new Class B beer permit and outdoor sales filed by the Maquoketa Firefighters Association, a resolution to approve a State of Iowa Community Development Block Grant, Coronavirus CDBG-CV Procurement Policy. We have a resolution approving a Subrecipient Agreement for the 2022 CDBG-CV Grant with the Maquoketa YMCA, and a renewal of a tree trimmer's application filed by Bartels Logging and Tree Service. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, we got a motion by Rickrell, seconded by Holm. We have no discussion, take the roll.
Hollister,
Yes.
Good,
Yes.
Holm,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Next, we have a public hearing regarding the Stormwater Levee Project plans, specifications in the form of a contract. Add to that.
Good evening, council, and thanks for coming on July 5th. I appreciate it. This is probably the biggest piece of this agenda, making sure that we're on track and schedule for this particular item since we have a tight deadline of starting construction by September 8th. The plans that are included with this levy amount to a total of a $3,461,000 project, and what that does is ultimately protect a lot of the city's low-lying lands in that area, as well as our pretty large investment in a sewer plant, power plant, public works facility, and parks. As I understand it, and again, I've only been here 6 months or so, I believe that those levee lift stations are not in working order. So, it would be luck as have it that we go through all these infrastructural improvements and we get the once in 500-year flood, and we wished that we did do it. And we have most of this paid for by federal sources, with some coming against the city in the amount of 1.172 in total. That comes from most of it being attached to a bond from 2021, so we already have most of that money in place. And again, this is not impacting any of the city's main fund sources that I've discussed at length. This is a public hearing. I don't see anyone here, but it's just open for discussion to deliberate. And then we ask for a resolution later in this agenda to go ahead and release bidding authorization.
Okay, does anybody have any questions or comments about this you want to make? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Okay, motion by Simonson,
Second.
seconded by Colister. Okay, that was seconded by Colister, so if we have no more discussion, take the roll.
Good,
Yes.
Holm,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Hollister,
Yes.
Okay, that motion passes. New business is a resolution approving plans, specifications in the form of a contract for the Stormwater Levee Project and authorizing the initiation of a public bidding and setting a bid opening date for August 4th, 2022 at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time at Maquoketa City Hall, 201 East Pleasant Street here in Maquoketa.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Rickrell. Any discussion? None, take the roll.
Holm,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Hollister,
Yes.
Good,
Yes.
All right, next is item B, and that is an ordinance amending Title V, Subchapter 1V, Section 4, Special Use Permit required by the City of Maquoketa Code of Ordinances, and this is the first reading.
Thank you. It's a lot louder now. Sorry. We have a technological improvement coming in the future, and we have a zoning conflict that's on our map. So this, we reached out to our city attorney whether or not this needs to feed through the planning and zoning, whether or not the city council can authorize a simple change. And what's highlighted here in this agenda is the only change that's going in. Our current tower size is 40 feet. This could be up to 80 feet, I'm told. This is paid for by the 911 board, but it's on us to make sure that this zoning is in proper place. Former Chief Caranda came to me and asked if we should just do it, and I said, no, let's do it the right way. It's no extreme rush here. So we have a first reading on this, and I'd hope at the next meeting we can get a second and third accomplished as long as we have a super majority in place and get this cleared for the 911 board to get moving on this project. The city's, I guess, contribution to this project overall is already paid for out of ARPA from the $79,000 911 councils we did, and that's the only thing that we have. So this is pretty well in motion at this point. It's just what's being proposed needs to match our zoning, and that's what's before you.
Okay, do we have any discussion here?
So moved.
Okay, motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Holm. We have nothing else? Take the roll.
Holm,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Hollister,
Yes.
Good,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item C is a resolution approving the sale of Lisa Park to Nick McCready for $6,000.
Well, we've revisited this, and we've had a strong solicitation of potential offers, and we still only had one bid, but that's one more than we had the previous round. So we're sitting on the recommended minimum bid price of $6,000. The Parks Commission is satisfied with that amount. It's their recommendation to go ahead and authorize the sale of Lisa Park at this point, so we're asking you to go ahead and do that.
So moved.
Motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Rickrell. Any discussion? Take the roll.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Hollister,
Yes.
Good,
Yes.
Holm,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item D is a resolution approving a partial release of property parcel 43-2022 from a development agreement resolution number 2020-57 with GT Development LLC recorded with the Jackson County Recorder's Office.
And this one came to us late last week. It's good timing on their part. I didn't want to have to delay this any further without having to go into a later meeting. But this relates to the green shed next to the mill being, well, it is parceled off, but the property actually being sold at this point to Cardinal CrossFit. Part of their development agreement's attached to the 2020 agreement that's signed with council, and all this does is a partial release of that particular green shed. Has nothing to do with the actual development that happened at the mill with the apartments in the first floor. They're still seeking a first tenant over there, but all those improvements are done, and this is excluded from all those things the council signed on to. And they should be able to close tomorrow if things go well.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Simonson.
Second.
Holm, seconded by Holm. If we have no more discussion, take the roll.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Hollister,
Yes.
Good,
Yes.
Holm,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item E is a resolution authorizing the City of Maquoketa to enter into a hometown pride service agreement with Keep Iowa Beautiful and East Central Intergovernmental Agency.
Thank you, Mayor. This is required. with our, well, it's not required of the council, but it's required on the other parties to have some sort of council-backed authorization for this program. But what this does is help our Hometown Pride and Betterment Corporation here that helps organize the summer concert series and other events, continue to maintain operations and scan for grant sources and surveying the landscape. I can tell you in my short career that public engagement is extremely difficult, whether it was policing or just general asking questions. You know, you wonder about motives and all these things. And this group really champions a lot of those efforts. I originally received a letter about this in January. I can tell you I probably wasn't particularly interested in continuing a relationship, but the deal got a little sweeter for us, and there's a grant writing service that's included in this that I think is valuable. It makes sense for us. I mean, my time in the Destination Iowa grant was at least 20 hours and, you know, my pay rate. And we turn this over to ECIA and have a professional grant writer. I think it makes economical sense for the council. So this just continues the contract for 5 years. There's an opt-out each year if we don't like it. I think it's smart business.
Okay. We have any more discussion? I'd entertain a motion to approve it.
So moved.
Okay, got a motion by Good,
Second.
seconded by Rickrell. We have nothing else, take the roll.
Hollister,
Yes.
Good,
Yes.
Holm,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
All right, item F is a discussion and possible motion on the Platt Street project to change a 15-inch RCP pipe to a 12-inch PVC pipe and add a bid item of 50 feet of 4-inch DIP water main for a total of $9,518.22. Frank, you want to address this one?
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, if you turn to page 5, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Basically can answer any questions you have. The sanitary sewer was installed previously. The storm sewer is always the last to get installed. As you can see, there was a elevation error. So the reinforced concrete pipe, which has a thicker wall thickness, was going to conflict with the bottom of the PVC sanitary pipe. So we're going to change it. We're going to change the pipe going across the street there to a 12-inch PVC pipe, which is smaller in diameter, obviously, plus the wall thickness is thinner. And that, the PVC pipe acting as a storm pipe will scoot right underneath that sanitary pipe that's already installed. In regards to the 4-inch water main, as we're moving to the east, where we just want a line item to pay for a 4-inch water main in case we need it. If we don't, if we don't use 50 feet, that their $6,000 will not be charged to the city.
Now, are we sure that we're not creating a bottleneck there by going from 15-inch pipe down to 12-inch? You know, the one thing I know a lot about is volume of flow.
We went through all the exercises in that before we brought this to the council, and the drainage area of the catch basin that's closest to the picture is only draining minimal square feet of area.
Okay.
So there will not be a bottleneck.
Okay. That's my big concern, because
Yep.
15-inch down to 12-inch is
Yep.
almost twice the amount of volume.
This, to be clear in this as well, and Frank, you don't mind if I let them know that there was a dual pipe option as well, but everyone on the team thinks that 12 is enough.
Yeah.
And it saves the city $1,500, but if you all think that for 4 or 5, that a dual pipe option is best, we can simply authorize that. This is a discussion and possible motion.
What's the location of this, Frank?
Clark,
Clark Street?
yep. I mean, the drainage area is minimal.
Okay.
So is this just an error on the design or an error on engineering, or what is how'd this happen?
It's an elevation error.
That didn't answer the question.
So how was it discovered?
It was discovered when we're putting in, yes, it was a design engineer error.
Okay.
Well, do we have anything else? Any other questions? I'll take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Good. If we have no more discussion, take the roll.
Good,
Yes.
Holm,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Colister,
Yes.
Okay, item 9 is reports and communications. Do we have anything from the city council?
I got one thing for Frank. The corner of Fourth and Locust, the street sign is falling over very, very bad. Could we have someone maybe take a look at that one?
Yeah, we put new signs up last Wednesday. We'll get the sign straightened out
Perfect.
tomorrow or Wednesday or whatever.
Thank you.
Nobody else has anything? City manager?
I also, I live near Fourth and Locust, and I've stared at that one, tried not to be a favorite of Frank's, but I'm happy to hear that point as well.
2 doors down from me, I see that
Yes.
every day.
Yes. It's laughable, but I was gonna say, besides our Platt Street discussion we just had, we did have IDOT engineers over on June 22nd. We have the guy that signs all the checks and approves the disbursements to it. Luck has have it, right? He's retiring. He's getting replaced by someone new. He was introducing him to us and those things, and we didn't let the meeting go by without us asking, hey, again, kids, is there any way we can adjust some sources and funds? Open-ended question to them. So they said first option for us, they could try to reduce their retainage fee of funds from 5% to 3%. And we got that through. And on about $7.75 million or $8 million, that difference is about $218,000 that we'll be able to pick up for future change orders. So when we get hit with the arcade intersection possibly, or we get hit with the materials audit this year into next spring, we have some extra room. I think that's good news to celebrate in this project without having to reach at other places. But in any case, we were super happy about that it just, wow, that's all it took. Where have we been? But, they made it happen for us. So we're happy and thrilled with that. We are this week starting our endpoint non-compliance shutoffs. We have about 40 accounts left. You might hear grumblings. There's about 40. And we're going to stagger them half Thursday, half Monday. We don't want to shut off on Fridays and then head into the weekend where there's no staff available. So that's probably the best route to recover if people catch up and get the meters installed. But just so you know that, usually we go through under 10 water shutoffs because of non-payment. Our number's 4 or 5 times that this round. So there will be quite a bit of activity from Alliance and the city regarding water shutoffs this week. Last but not least, a couple weeks ago, Brendan officially came out with our police department's drug amnesty program. And that's simply a take-back program or immunity for folks that want to actually seek help themselves. And, I'm of the opinion to arrest people left and right. I come from that career and that philosophy, but if someone's willing to try to help themselves, we should try to be there for them. So even if they fail 99 times out of 100. So we're available as a place for that to happen, to facilitate that turnover of illegal substances or equipment, and then link whoever may come to social services where they can begin recovery programs. That's not on our police officers, but we're trying to, build that bridge to recovery. That's all I have.
Okay, we have no executive session. Well, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Rickrell. All in favor?
Aye.
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 We're adjourned.